and welcome back to my FlossTube channel, wherever you are in the world. Really appreciate all the ongoing support that I've had so far, and I'm so pleased to announce that I have over 100 subscribers. Now, I know for many of you this will seem like a pittance, not a lot, but I'm absolutely astounded by the fact that people not only are watching my videos but are subscribing too. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. So welcome back to those subscribers or people that have seen me previously, but also to people that are coming here for the first time. I really appreciate it, and I just hope that you like what you see and you continue to watch me going forwards. So today I have got some whips. I can show you the update on my new start and also my plans for the coming month. But most importantly, I do have a giveaway from one of my two favorite vendors. So watch this space and I'll give you that details of that giveaway a bit later on. So my first is not necessarily a whip, it's my new start. I'm going to start with that, and it's called Australia Adventures by Caterpillar Cross Stitch, and I'm stitching it on 16 count Zweighart Aida in a very light blue. So it's of the map of Australia, formed by a lot of different motifs, so it feels like there's a little finish as you go along. As you can see that I've started the crocodile up here, not quite finished the green, and also I've started with, I think is an emu just here. So I'll be working on those and finishing those as I'm going forwards. What I'm trying to do is to complete approximately 6 of the motifs at least each month. So I've actually I've completed 6 and 2 are sort of partially completed. So hoping to get those done. But to be honest, I'm really enjoying this, really love it. And it took me a little while to get into, starting with Ayers Rock. But now I just want to pick it up all the time. It's such an easy stitch to do, and when you just need to just turn your mind off to the world. This grime guard is by Stitch Mania Stash, and I'm on a large nudge hoop. This one, grime guard, has a gap in it, so that the I don't know what you call this, so like the screw at the top of the frame is exposed, so it's not stretching. A perfectly good grime guard. So just thought I would throw that in there. And the needle minder, I actually won this through Kerry in Stitches. So I don't actually know what, I think she actually created that in her shop, the Black Pear Stitchery. I don't know if she's back, but she was having a pause due to personal reasons of her FlossTube channel, but they're all up there if you want to look back at her videos. They're fantastic. So on to whips. So as you all know, if you've been watching, I've been working on the Great Outdoors Sal and the nature version from the Stitching Cabin. I'm absolutely loving this Sal stitch along, and I can't believe that I'm actually keeping up with the Sal. If you've watched my whip parade, or maybe you've not, head over there. You will see a number of Sals. They're still outstanding, some from as far back as 2015, I'm embarrassed to say, but this one has really held my attention. So here we go. This is the full design so far, so you can see that. And last month was this gorgeous row of deer, which I actually think, and I'll fold it up so you get a bit of a close up for that. I actually think it looks quite festive. If you changed a few colours, you've got that little sort of like triangular tree at the bottom, which could easily become a Christmas tree. And the oak leaves, I thought you could probably attach berries, either red berries for holly or maybe white berries for mistletoe. And I also liked the green sort of wiggly stripe. I thought that reminded me of a festive jumper. But the next row is come today. Although it's quite narrow, I think there's a fair few stitches because there's another row of foxes, but they're on a green background and it's a block stitching of lots of green. So I think that will take a fair bit of time, but I'm going to start stitching on that tonight, and I can't wait. So just pop that away. So yeah, I absolutely adore that. So that's by the Stitching Cabin. Oh, and the fabric is 18 count hand dyed fabric by the Stitchy Ferret, in the colourway of Candy Mountain. When I first picked it, it was just in my stash. I wasn't sure whether it would go with the colours, but pulled the floss and I was really, really pleased by how it all seemed to blend in and it looked like it would work. And the more I stitch on it, I'm just thinking it's the perfect fabric for the design. So really, really pleased with that and how it's looking. Yeah, so that's part 5 of 8, the final part being in August. So I'm not far off a finish on that one at all, so long as I keep up with that stitching for each part. So done that. So the next one is off my Whip Parade. No, not from a, well, it's off my Whip Parade, but Whip Go was pulled to be Beacon Ridge, but also Ladybug Love. So Beacon Ridge is currently my largest whip. It's by a chart by Heaven and Earth Design, and it's stitched on 18 count Magic Guide, although the Magic Guide is largely rubbed off. So it's currently on my Millennium Frame rods because it's been picked for next month as well. So that's Beacon Ridge, lots of sky, lots of pink, lots of purple, and I was working on sort of the top bit. It's DMC thread, so I was working on that purple bit to the, as you're seeing it to your right. I've been working on that in the last month, and it was quite, I wouldn't say time consuming, it was just sort of like a lot of purple, a lot of block stitching, but it was just nice to sort of like turn off, as I said before, to the world and just get on with that. So that was good. At some point previously when I'm talking, I will put sort of like what it looked like and what it looks like today. So apologies that I didn't point that out. And the other thing called out for my from my Whip Go was Ladybug Love. Just have a shout out again to Stitch Mania Stash, who created this small but beautifully formed whip bag. It's got this lovely red tassel and it's got all these ladybirds or ladybugs if you're in the States. So perfect for what I needed. It's a relatively small design, so it's quick stitch Ladybug Love. But as anybody knows that stitches HAED, there's nothing quick about stitching any of those designs. So right, just show you it here. I've parked a lot of threads using the Royal Rose method. Sorry, just escaped me. So actually it is complete across the top. Last time I showed you, and I will be showing that previously, there was quite a few gaps here because I was missing some stitches. I did buy some threads for the Australia design, and I thought I would just pop in some threads that I needed as well. I always record the odd thread or so I need. However, you'll probably see that there's still a gap there, and that is because they didn't have that one in stock, so I shall pick that one up another time. And to be honest, and then I moved down to here, so where the hair is at the top here, and I was going all right, but then I hit the dreaded cream-neck, and it was just taking so long to do. You can sort of like see maybe the glitter that, and it's a lovely effect when it's complete, but I have a health condition which in the heat it makes my fingers get really stiff, so I was really struggling to hold the metallic thread and stitch it, so I moved back to the Australia stitch along. It's not a formal stitch along, but I'm doing that with my friend Manx Kathy, who has an Instagram page, so I will tag her below as well. So, but anyway, I do love Ladybug Love. It's got all that cream-neck, and I looked on Pattern Keeper and there were still over 1,000 stitches for cream-neck. Now, I started this before. I know now that there are alternatives to use, so I should be using those in the future for definite. So for whips, I didn't do any on the bookshelf, just purely because I haven't been out anywhere that's been suitable to sit down and stitch, but hopefully this month in June I will do a bit more. So here is my bookshelf. I'll take it out of the bag so you can see it a bit better. So this is by Stitching Cabin. I started it at the beginning of last year to document the books that I read in 2023. So it consists of a bookshelf, and then each book correlates to a different genre of book that I have read. So you can see there that there are certain genres. So we've got romance, young adult, thriller, mystery, crime, non-fiction, horror, contemporary, and historical fiction. So yes, I read quite a range of books. The Needle Minder, it's absolutely gorgeous one from Mandela Designs. I think that's how you say it, Mandela, something like that. Anyway, that's absolutely gorgeous. So to do that, a bit of that this month. I'm hoping to finish that this year because I don't want that to be hanging around too much. Also, as I mentioned previously, Beacon Ridge has been picked out for this month as well. All of my full coverages are in the Whip Go board and each appear 3 times, apart from my Frog's Kissing, which appears 4 times because it's closest to the finish, and I sort of felt that a bit of extra love for that would get it really close to a finish, if not this year but early next year. So yes, so Beacon Ridge and is going to have a bit more time, hoping to get about 1,000 stitches on that. And the other one is Minnie the 10th. Now it's my Doctor Who design. I don't have it to hand at the moment, but I will show you a picture what it currently looks, what it should be looking like, and what it finished looks like, and what it looks like now, my stitching. So it's currently at just under 4% complete, because although it's a mini design, it still has 76,700 stitches. So it's by no means a mini design in my viewpoint. So I'm going to get a bit more time on that, and I absolutely love the really bold, bright colours. So I'm hoping to get closer to the top of the first line, and then the second line, I'm hoping that I might get towards the tip of the hair of the Doctor, which was played by David Tennant. the 10th Doctor, and it is was my absolute favourite Doctor in the series. So also I'm going to be working on the Great Outdoor Sale. I'm going to be completing that line of the trees and foxes, and also I want to make some more progress on Australia. I don't think I'll finish, but I'm hoping to get maybe 6 to 8, maybe 10 little motifs completed. I've just realised I forgot to say, it wasn't just me that stitched on this, but my little boy decided he wanted to get involved too. So he's put in a few stitches on the boomerang. See that red stitches there? Yeah, he completed those. Heavily supervised by me, just making sure all of the legs of the stitches matched up. But I am so pleased. He just seemed really interested. And actually caterpillar cross stitch is really good for beginners in any case. So I think by the time it's Christmas, I might buy him a kit of his own. It might take him a while. He did see, I wonder if I've got that one. Yeah, here it is. With my fabric for the Australia design, it comes with this chart with an alphabet. So just gonna cover it up so you can't see the whole of the chart, but you can see there in the small. So it's like big flowers, and he decided, oh, I'm going to do that. And then I looked how big a piece of 6 count he'll need, and I just thought, oh, that's gonna just cost a fortune. It's gonna be like a duvet for a bed. So sorry. And so I didn't buy him it, but I think he would get quite bored quite quickly of doing flower after flower after flower. So I think by the time it gets to Christmas, I'll probably be buying him one of the children's kits from Caterpillar Cross Stitch, or some other small design. So that's my plans for this coming month. And finally, I just want to have a giveaway. Now, I accept that last month it was more like a token giveaway. I hadn't quite got to that 100. So that small chart, nobody was interested at this stage. So that's not to be given away. What I'll do is I'll swap that out for a different, more attractive giveaway, I'm hoping. So my giveaway is to have either a £10 gift voucher for Threads For You, who provide my DMC threads at a really reasonable price. So £10 will go quite far. And Claire, who runs Threads For You, is absolutely amazing. She gives really great advice, and her Facebook group keeps you up to date on her whole business. So that's amazing. So thank you, Claire, and as a thank you to her and a thank you to you, I'm going to be donating either that £10 gift voucher for Threads For You, or I will buy you, I'll pay for a chart for you from Stitching Cabin up to £11.99 from Stitching Cabin, and I'll arrange for that to be sent directly to you. So I will put a link below or on the screen so you can have a look at her charts. So it's either going to be Threads For You or Stitching Cabin. So I want you to put in your comments if you want to win either of those, either Cabin, CABIN, or Threads, so THREADS, Threads, which I'll put down the screen as well. So I want you to put either of those, but I'll only be given one of those at the moment. what I would do in the future if I hit, say, other milestones, so like it would be absolutely amazing, but maybe 250 subscribers and then 500 subscribers, I will be doing giveaways at those increments as well, and that would be absolutely amazing if you could. So watch out for future giveaways. So cabin or threads, please don't list both because I'm not giving away both of them. You must be 18 years or older, and you can be anywhere in the world. Obviously, anywhere in the world, you may prefer to go for the chart rather than the actual threads to get that delivered, because I don't know how much the postage is. I'm pretty sure Claire does deliver abroad, but you'd have to inquire there. So yeah, so make sure you're over the age of 18, you do those things. Please don't mention the word giveaway. And yeah, fantastic. Have a fantastic time with that giveaway. Also, just to finish up, thank you again to Stitching with My Little for mentioning me. Almost broke my heart when you said, oh, it's so sad that Sam can't come to the retreat, which was sad, but it just had personal reasons I couldn't make it on this occasion. And thank you to everybody else that provides FlossTube videos. Really, I know now what goes into them, so I appreciate you providing that for my own viewing pleasure. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And that's it for May, and have a fantastic June of stitching. And so happy stitching.